Good afternoon and welcome. I hope you and your family are having an enjoyable spring season. And on behalf of our board of directors, my senior management team, and our entire staff, thank you for joining us for the 2022 Desert Mountain Annual Club Meeting. After 2 consecutive years of hosting this meeting in an empty room due to COVID, it's a pleasure to be surrounded by the energy that a room full of members and our team brings to this special event. Thank you so much for coming today. In addition to today's live presentation, this meeting is being recorded, and the video slides from today's presentation, the annual report booklet, and the 2021 audited financial statements will all be online for our members to access this week. The agenda for today's meeting is noted on the screen. Today's presentation will include reports from our club chairman, Mr. Steve Harper, the 2022 election chairman, Mr. Bill Sawyer, and our CFO, Andrea Randall. Due to the video recording of the meeting, we won't take questions during the presentation, but we'll certainly stay as long as necessary after the meeting adjourns to answer any and all questions from everyone in attendance. In addition, I hope our members will always feel welcome to contact our team at any time if we can assist you and your family. We sincerely appreciate, value, and respect your input, feedback, and suggestions, and they're welcome at all times. At this time, I'd like to welcome and thank our club chairman, Mr. Steve Harper, for his report.
Thank you, Damon, and welcome to the 2022 annual meeting. I will now officially call this annual meeting to order and confirm that we have the necessary quorum under Article 8 of the bylaws to call the meeting to order. We encourage all members to read the 2021 annual report for additional information and details about this past year that won't be discussed today. This meeting concludes my 3rd year on the board and my first full year as chairman. On behalf of the entire board of directors, it has been a great honor for all of us to represent our membership and for me specifically to serve in this capacity. Thank you. As you'll hear today, our club has another very successful year, historic in many regards. And I want to thank Damon and the entire senior management team for doing such a great job. Managing an operation of this magnitude while carefully navigating the lingering effects of COVID and the subsequent supply chain complications, inflation, and labor shortages has been challenging. And despite these headwinds and complicating factors, we had a record year of achievement with many important initiatives. I also want to thank our current board and committee members who have dedicated their time and talents on a spectrum of important issues. With our members' thoughtful support, we have collectively accomplished so much by working together to achieve our shared vision for our club. Each year, our board evaluates our club's vision statement as a starting point to reaffirm our strategic objectives. Damon and his staff are united in our mission through their own core values and the goals they set for themselves each year. At this time, I'd like to welcome Bill Sawyer to the podium to report on the 2022 Board of Directors election results. Thank you, Bill, for all the time and effort you and the entire nominating committee dedicated to this important process this year.
I want to thank Steve and the board for allowing me to serve in this capacity. In addition, I'm grateful to have had the pleasure to work with the 13 dedicated at-large members of the nominating committee listed on the screen, as I appreciate their time and full engagement with this important process. The nominating process is thorough. We had 11 talented members submit self-nominations for consideration. The 2022 Board of Directors election vote has been completed. The club engaged survey and ballot systems in an independent election company to tally the votes, confirm quorum, and certify the voting results. For the 2022 Board of Directors, Steve Harper has been re-elected to a second 3-year term. Athena Kaviris and John Shanholt have each been elected to initial 3-year terms. Congratulations to our directors. And on behalf of the entire nominating committee, Thank you for allowing us to serve this club in this capacity. I'd like to welcome Steve back to the podium for his chairman's report.
With respect and dignity to their families, we want to honor the following members who are no longer with us. I will read their names and ask for a moment of silence once the last name is read. Alan Sampson, Bonnie Geisenberger, Donald Swartz, Thomas Gosnell, Foster Fries, Rebecca Copeland, Gregory Strong, Kirsten Anderson, Gail Miller, Leslie Hurt, Mark Anderson, Rick Heitken, Robert Mann, Alan Eaker, Ann Reidlieb, John Hubbard, Ryan Stoll, Lon Martin, William Meyer, and Craig Mitchell. Thank you. Each year, the board discusses our strategic priorities, goals, and areas of focus. While more work needs to be accomplished, it has been a very successful year for our club, and we look forward to this continuing. The new membership model was supported by 81% of our members and has achieved all the objectives that we researched and anticipated. Members are able to exit in a timely manner, and all of us benefit from the club's controlling the initiation fee price, which enables us to reinvest in our facilities and improve the quality of experiences our members desire. Without question, there's a symbiotic relationship between the success of the club and our community. Property values have risen significantly, and the scarcity of memberships has added to the value of homes in our community. As for capital investment, our club clearly needs dinner capacity and improved bar lounge areas. I want to thank you for your support of the Renegade Clubhouse revote this year. We must reinvest in our facilities for your enjoyment today and for our long-term sustainability as a premier club that is attractive to our children, grandchildren, and the next generation of club members. As you will hear in the forthcoming reports, our financial strength is solid. Since turnover in 2011, we had experienced 7 consecutive years of membership decline and the inability to fund facility improvements to meet our needs. Since then, we have seen a positive transformation in our financial position. With sound long-range planning, effective fiscal policies, and sound cash management, we are positioned to continue this positive trajectory. While COVID continues to move further away from our focus, there was and will continue to be a united effort to ensure we operate our club safely and successfully, while also protecting the jobs of our valued employees. Improving the quality and consistency of the golf courses remains our top priority. We now have an excellent senior management team in place, and the results are evident in our staff's performance. Todd Bone, the club's new director of agronomy, and Wes Pudwell, our new director of talent and culture, joined Damon's talented team in 2021. We're excited to witness continuous improvement in every aspect of our club for the many years to come. With over 4,300 men, women, and children on the mountain from 49 states and 8 foreign countries, it's a challenge to meet the expectations of everyone's desires. We hope you are witnessing and experiencing a positive direction we continue to forge, and we do truly appreciate your support. Thank you. In summary, our future is very bright, and we will continue to be vigilant and react quickly to changes globally, nationally, or locally that impact our club. We continue to take positive steps forward, and I want to assure our membership that we are headed in the right direction. I would now like to welcome our CEO, Damon DiOrio, to the podium to provide his report.
The 2021 to 2025 strategic plan was a united collaboration with our entire senior management team and our board. It's dramatically different than the last 5-year plan from 2017 to 2021, which focused on member growth as a key element of solidifying our financial success and position. This plan focuses on a new era of qualitative improvements that we're excited to infuse into every facet of our operation. Our first goal is to strengthen our brand from the inside out, to be widely recognized as the finest private club, community, and employer in North America. Our second goal is to execute a financial plan that supports annual long-term financial success, to provide for significant capital investment and sustainability. Our third goal is to deliver an exceptional experience through personalized service, enhanced facilities, amenities, and an array of quality programming for you and your entire family. My report today will provide the 2021 highlights that are consistent with the strategic plan and our focus and desire to improve every aspect of the club for your family to enjoy today and for decades to come. Our club is in the strongest financial position in our 36-year history. Our gross revenues were the highest ever recorded at $92.3 million, the second most of any private club in the United States. We realized a 17% revenue growth from last year, and activity has been robust in all areas of our club. It's a healthy sign of our members' enjoyment of the staff, programming, and facilities. We ended the year with a cash balance of $44.5 million and exceeded our budgeted EBITDA by $7.2 million. Our excellent CFO, Andrea Randall, and I produce a quarterly financial update and statements throughout the year. It's important to us that our members are fully apprised of our financial position and our performance. In addition, the audited financial statements are also placed on the website for all members to view. Demand for our club and our community is at the highest rate it's ever been. And we have a waiting list for entry in all membership categories for the first time in our 36-year history. As Mr. Harper mentioned earlier, long gone are the days when our members are forced to replace themselves as a prerequisite to leave the club. Before the new model was adopted by the membership last April, at least 650 golf members paid a check on their last day as a member to fulfill the $65,000 golf transfer fee. 100% of our members today who have submitted their 12-month resignation notice have all been able to exit within 30 days since the new model went into effect in April. Our desire for your family is that your last days at the club are shared fostering memories and reflecting on the loving times you've had at the club with family and friends versus paying a check which occurred in the past. The combination of our club being at capacity, interest in joining the club at record highs, and the housing market remaining very strong have enabled us to recently move the golf initiation fee to $150,000 effective April 1st. We're no longer selling any memberships to off-property members, and our desire is to recouple homes in the community with having a membership, something we are seeing happen actively. I want to thank Nicole Forbes and our excellent sales team for their efforts during this exciting and evolving process. Without question, I now have the strongest senior team we've ever had, and I'm excited about the talents, dedication, teamwork, and commitment to excellence that they show. They're in the room today, and I want to personally thank them and let them know how proud I am of their efforts. Our desire to vastly improve the quality and consistency of our golf courses is my top priority. And we currently have the management leadership, culture, agronomic scientists, and protocols in place with Todd Bone and our team. Our investment in golf course agronomy has never wavered, and Todd's science-based approach will continue to yield steady improvements. With temperatures that range from 20 degrees to 110 degrees in Scottsdale, the positive changes that Todd and our team are making will take several growing seasons to fully realize their impacts. In the interim, I hope our members are seeing steady progress and this will continue. Todd Bone is a scientist and an excellent leader of his team. He understands that the golf experience begins when you leave your home and head to the club, not just at the first tee when you start your round. Todd not only understands how important the health of the soils are to the turf, but also how important it is to have clean desert landscapes, finely edged areas that visibly and visually impact your golf experience each day. Dozens of proactive agronomic programs are currently being applied to all of our golf courses, and we look forward to having you experience soon the quality of the courses coming this summer and fall. We'll take another significant step forward in the coming months and again with the fall overseed. Last year, we recorded 187,682 rounds of golf on all 7 golf courses. This number is slightly less than 2020, but much higher than recent history. The 3-3 grassing plan has worked, and it's worked very well by adding available days for our members' enjoyment 12 months of the year. With the 3-3 plan, over 450 days of golf availability have been added annually since 2018. We've recently added PGA range ambassadors at all of our driving ranges, and our desire is to infuse several qualitative initiatives to engage our members and your guests at every step of the golf experience. John Lieberger and our team have done an excellent job leading a very busy area of our operation. The new E-Z-GO golf carts with lithium battery technology have finally evolved to the level that warranted our investment in the cars and the fleet this year. We'll continue to refine the PACE technology screens in the carts, but we think the new carts are attractive, are much more reliable, and they'll save significant amounts of energy as their charging time is approximately 4 hours versus 10 hours with a lead battery. The game of golf is at the core of what we represent as a premier golf venue in the nation. And we think it's very important to support amateur golf for women and men of all ages. In addition to our efforts to support the First Tee, the Arizona Junior Golf Association, the Arizona Women's Golf Association, and the Arizona Men's Golf Association, we think it's appropriate to host USGA championships at our club. While not formally awarded at this time, with the full support of our Golf and Agronomy Committee and the board, we're in discussions with the USGA about the potential of hosting the 2026 U.S. Men's 4-Ball Championship and the 2029 U.S. Women's 4-Ball Championship. Unlike the Schwab Cup of the past, these championships are one-year commitments, and these 2 championships would be held in May, a month when we have capacity to host them. The USGA 4-Ball Championship began in 2015, and it's been hosted at premier golf venues, including the Olympic Club, Wingfoot Golf Club, Jupiter Hills Club, and Chambers Bay, to name a few. As shown on the screen, John Lieberger and our golf professional team continue to receive national recognition for excellence in the quality of instruction and club fitting at the Performance Center, as well as the quality of our merchandising. In 2021, we served over 290,000 meals, and food and beverage revenues increased by 31% to nearly $16 million. With Greg Leonard and Chef Bertrand's terrific leadership, we have done our very best to expand dining options and opportunities for your family. From re-engineering the reservation system to accommodate more seating capacity each night, to adding new events and options. Our commitment to improving the quality of food and service we provide has never been greater. The latest research in our industry indicates that the COVID era has resulted in a net loss of approximately 5 million workers in the hospitality industry nationally. The challenges of hiring food service team members who work nights, weekends, and holidays is being experienced everywhere in our country. We proactively researched what we could do to retain our talented service team and recruit experienced professionals to join our team. For many years, the club paid $9.15 an hour plus gratuities, and those gratuities were pooled for the team working at a particular outlet. The retention and recruiting challenges were significant as we witnessed severe fluctuations in wages depending on the time of the year. In addition, the system hurt tip pool allocations to individuals when we had more staff on the floor working on a given night. And it didn't foster merit increases that are vital to our ability to reward those who excel in their job. The new hourly wage for our team has been a huge benefit for our service staff. We're not short-staffed in service like most of our peers in Scottsdale and many public restaurants. And we'll build on this stability and training of our entire workforce. When I arrived at DMC in 2017, the limited investment and focus of our PR and marketing was targeted towards membership growth. Kim Atkinson and her terrific team have done an exceptional job of evolving our efforts to focus on quality life experiences indicative of a premier venue who has become nationally and internationally established. Our club has been recognized as the number 14 private club in the United States this past year, and for the first time, we've been named as a top 100 private club in the world. A significant focus of our team has been to promote new ways to actively communicate all of the exciting programs and information we truly want to share with you to enjoy. The new event guide has been well received, and it's an improvement from the multiple booklets of the past. We introduced podcast platforms this year, and we're now seeing several hundred members listen to topics each week that take a deep dive into our operations that are of interest to our members. We can always improve on how we communicate, and I hope you will read the comprehensive information we provide in the twice-weekly Mountain Minute email. Please come to one of our monthly easy listening sessions that we host with our entire senior team, or a coffee talk presentation held monthly on a particular topic that our members have expressed that they'd like to be informed on. Without question, the Sonoran complex is the fastest growing area of all of our facilities and our members' utilization. From recording 6,469 tennis court reservations last year to hosting 1,609 member participants in bocce, non-golf activities are growing and they're substantial. And we have to make sure that our facilities grow with them in the future, and that's a priority. We had 560 children participate in kids camps this past year. It's very healthy for our club to evolve, encourage young families, and have an array of activities for everyone to participate in. While golf will always be our greatest physical asset and focus, Arnaldo Cochise has done a wonderful job with his talented Sonoran team, and we want to touch the lives of every aspect of activities throughout our club, from golf to pickleball to horseback riding. Very few clubs in the nation have a dedicated outdoor enthusiast program that brings members together for adventures ranging from paddleboarding at Bartlett Lake to hiking around the rim of the Grand Canyon. It's important to note that approximately 90% of the members engaging in non-golf recreational activities are golf members who want more to do than just to play great golf. Our staff is by far our greatest asset, and providing a safe, positive, healthy, and energized environment for their enjoyment of their work is my daily focus. Walt Disney once said, "You can dream, design, and build the most beautiful place in the world. But it takes great people to make that dream a reality, something I'm deeply committed to." Wes Pudwell and our talent and culture team have done a terrific job fostering a positive work culture for our team. Our current entry wage is now $17 an hour, and we'll continue to infuse educational programs, training, benefits, and a positive culture to retain our outstanding staff. Without question, our location is a challenge, as the average one-way commute for our team is 27 miles by car. This distance is compounded with the current escalation in gas prices. The loyalty the club demonstrated and our members demonstrated in not furloughing a single employee during the COVID era and making sure that our team knows how much we care about them is essential. Our words, actions, and the positive culture we foster as a caring employer are aligned to forge the praxis of how we operate. I'm pleased to report that we are not experiencing significant labor shortages as most hospitality venues are, and our team's morale is very high. I have great respect and admiration for the loyalty, dedication, and care that our tenured team demonstrates each day. 27 of our teammates will reach the 10 or 15-year milestone of service this year. I want to personally thank them for their exceptional service to the club. In 2022, we have 6 teammates who will reach the 20-year anniversary with the club, and I've invited them to join us today, and I would like our 20-year employees to please stand and be acknowledged for your outstanding service to our club. In addition, 3 employees have extraordinary milestones of service this year. Pepe will reach 25 years, Manny, 30 years, and Debbie, 35 years. Would the 3 of you please stand to be recognized for your exceptional work? Thank you. With Todd Bruin's exceptional leadership, the Recycling, Laundry, and Recycle Center is nearing completion and will open on or around June 1st of this year. We look forward to keeping 18-wheel trucks off the parkway that currently deliver goods here multiple times a day to the tightest parking lot we have at CG. Having the ability to purchase goods by the pallet versus a single case due to a lack of storage is a significant cost-saving benefit for our club. We'll have state-of-the-art recycle equipment and realize significant efficiencies with having the opportunity to have laundry operations in one area versus a small, outdated facility in the middle of the Sonoran tennis complex. Every future development plan we endeavor will consider the impacts of cost savings, sustainability, and other factors that make us efficient and effective to operate with your resources. Without question, we must add capacity, space, interest, and improvements to all of our golf practice facilities. When the Renegade Range was originally designed over 30 years ago, it didn't consider today's club technology, the length of driving capabilities of today's golfers, and we need much more short game practice area. While Renegade is a tightly defined piece of property, it will have a much larger short game area and a dedicated wedge tee. The teeing area will shift to the south end to add some additional length. But a warm-up tee on the north side near the first tee of Renegade will also be available. The driving range will open this December, and the short game practice facility will open in the spring of 2023. Thank you so much for your patience as we renovate this facility, as I clearly understand and acknowledge how difficult it's been for our members with the Renegade range under construction. Thank you so much for your support of the Renegade Clubhouse project. Not only will this new clubhouse be beautiful and will add cocktail space and a new dinner venue that we don't currently have, Renegade will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it'll have a cozy, casual feel. The construction contract we sign is a guaranteed maximum price contract that conforms to the parameters we presented in the vote that you approved for this project. We look forward to partnering with Hayden Builders for this project, and we plan to open the new facility, the Renegade Clubhouse, in the fourth quarter of 2023. The Renegade Comfort Stations have been well received, and we have new bathrooms facilities attached to these course amenities. Manship Builders has begun the work on the second Renegade Comfort Station behind the 11th green, and it will open this fall when the course reopens. The City of Scottsdale has approved the plans for the 2 comfort stations to be built this year on Apache holes number 5 and number 12, and construction will occur this summer. Our success financially has allowed us to invest in member amenity enhancements to improve the facilities we currently have for you to enjoy. The tiered setup of the Apache driving range has a lot of wasted space, and we will level this to add more teeing area and added turf rejuvenation capabilities. This project will occur during the normal summer closure this summer for Apache, and we look forward to having this ready for you to enjoy this fall. In the November 2020 survey, our members indicated that they desired to have access to a medical facility. We've partnered with Honor Health to have a 5-day-a-week clinic professionally run by Honor Health at the Fairways office building. This facility is not meant to replace your primary care provider, but having a PA on site 5 days a week for your utilization will be a terrific benefit for all members to enjoy. This facility will be built this summer and will open late fall of this year. Some 2022 key initiatives. With the surge of our membership growth over the last 3 years, coupled with the demographic changes we have witnessed during the COVID-19 era, our club has witnessed a significant increase in utilization. Please be assured, we clearly recognize this, and we understand that we'll never fulfill or realize our vision if we can't provide your family with the access to facilities that you deserve, especially in golf. As a proponent of making sound decisions based on data, analytics, and member feedback, we've hired global golf partners to carefully study every facet of our operation and recommend potential changes to our programming and potentially the golf membership target. Our membership will receive a survey later this month, and I encourage everyone to take the time to participate. Recently, I produced a video to review the work that we'll undertake to improve the agronomics and playability of the Renegade Golf Course. We'll partner with a Nicholas firm on these changes and regrass the course to perennial rye. We feel strongly the vast majority of our members prefer the cushioned lie of ryegrass versus a tightly mowed creeping bent grass that demands a lower height of cut. Not every golfer preference on improvements to Renegade could ever be achieved on the course, but it will be a vast improvement, and we appreciate your patience and your support while this work is done this summer. With 8,300 acres and over 40 buildings and a very diverse membership, it's vital that we embark on a slow, methodical planning process that has a lot of member engagement at the heart of our plan development. The long-range facilities planning process began in January of 2018 with Chambers and DTJ Design. These firms have studied our land and facilities. They've conducted surveys. They've hosted dozens of member engagement opportunities, focus groups, and other gatherings in the last several years. Throughout 2022, there will be many opportunities for our members to attend a session or a behind-the-scenes tour of the CG Clubhouse as we continue to refine the plans and take back member feedback through exit surveys. I encourage all members to take a behind-the-scenes tour of CG if you haven't done so, and participate in one of the many gatherings that we'll have this year for the Phase 2 planning refinement. Too often in the private club landscape nationally, clubs will focus on a targeted project instead of engaging in a comprehensive process with slow planning that takes into consideration every aspect of your property, member feedback, and what is desired today, but also what will be relevant decades from now. There's a reason why this process began 4 years ago, and our capital investment not only needs to address facilities that have deferred maintenance, but we want to systematically and timely infuse investment into new amenities that meet the changes of our members' desires. The key strategic drivers in the planning process were developed in 2018, and they're the driving force of our process today. The Phase 2 portion of the planning process launched in July of 2021. We're currently in step 6 of the 12-step process, and we recently hosted a series of focus group meetings to encourage a diverse group of members to add input on the Phase 2 plan development and refinement. Next week, on April 19th, we'll host this same presentation for any member who's interested, and we will have exit surveys for participants to further gather member feedback. The Phase 2 planning process will culminate with a member vote on the proposed components in March or April of next year, and I welcome all members' participation this year in the plan development and refinement process. The primary components of Phase 2 were identified in Phase 1 planning many years ago, and they're listed on the screen. While the core of the focus will be on the CG Clubhouse and the infrastructure replacement to the Cochise golf course, we also want to vastly improve the CG practice facility and range and move and enhance the dog park. In addition, the club owns a very valuable and strategic piece of property called Parcel 10, located adjacent to the CG Clubhouse. We feel this land must be considered at this time for our members' benefit, as the only access to this parcel is directly through the CG parking lot. The club is fiscally planning for Phase 2, but we may want to offer a secondary vote on a Phase 2B, with the working ideas noted on the screen for Parcel 10 and Sonoran. While not yet decided, Phase 2B may become a secondary vote next spring, and all of the costs will be noted prior to any member vote taking place. The development of Desert Mountain originally planned Parcel 10 for high-end homes on this lot. Today, we don't think additional housing is desired by our members in lieu of adding member amenities for your enjoyment. The map on the screen shows the blue area of consideration for Phase 2 planning. The red area is the 14-acre lot of land adjacent to the Cochise Clubhouse and courses that's being considered as part of the Phase 2B process. Investing in our golf course infrastructure is essential in our ability to maintain the courses at the highest level of consistency and quality. The Cochise Golf Course was built in 1988, and it has its original irrigation system, original bunkers, and greens. All are beyond their useful life. And annually, we waste 6 figures of resources and labor with mainline irrigation breaks on the golf course, which likely occur about once a week. Our members love the design of Cochise, and there will be very little architectural changes. Maybe I need to read that one again. There will be very little architectural changes. Imagine a car built in 1988 that has not had any major engine work or restoration, and how it would perform versus the technology and performance of a new car. While the design will be largely what you see today, the improvements of having cored-out greens, new bunkers with drainage that functions, and new single-head irrigation will drastically improve our ability to condition the course at the highest level. The strategic vision for the course is listed on the slide. Please note the first item the architect will be told is that we will demand a minimalist approach to any changes. We must add an appropriate set of forward tees and varied ranges in length, having shot value from every set of tees throughout the golf course. We need to improve the walking opportunities for golfers and remove some of the high mounding that funnels cart traffic into limited entrances and exits on certain holes and negatively impacts the turf quality. We currently plan to have Cochise regrassed with Bermuda fairways and roughs similar to Geronimo so that we maintain the 3-3 grassing plan, and these sister courses are on the same agronomic schedule and coordination as they're often used for tournaments, and it's advisable that we have the same turf on the courses. Not a day goes by that we don't carefully analyze the global, national, and local landscape to identify enterprise risk. Labor shortages and wage pressure are real, and they're significant. We've been fortunate to effectively find financial efficiencies so that this huge increase in wages and substantial inflationary pressure have not necessitated a higher dues increase at this time, which is the way many of our peer clubs in Scottsdale and nationally have to pass along these added costs to their respective members. We have sufficient access to water rights, and 100% of our water that we use on our golf courses is not potable. While our situation is favorable for water right now, we currently don't control and won't control the ability if the state calls a severe drought, and we certainly don't control the governmental entities involved with making water decisions. We are actively engaged with the state and city officials on these issues, and we're positioned very favorably at this time. I'm truly grateful to our entire membership for your support of our club and our staff. And we'll be keenly focused on improving the quality of our facilities for your enjoyment that we provide your family today and in the future. At this time, I'd like to introduce Andrea Randall, our excellent CFO, to provide you with some specifics of the 2020 2021 financial performance and overall financial position. Andrea?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Damon. Let me take a few minutes to provide the key highlights of the overall 2021 financial results. Total revenues of $92 million exceeded the prior year by nearly 17%, driven by the member dues increase, further growth in membership sales, and strong membership utilization of the club in all areas now that the clubhouses were open and guest restrictions were reduced or eliminated. EBITDA, or operating income, of $18.2 million was up more than 30% year over year, driven by another record-breaking year in membership sales. Specifically, initiation fees totaled $12.9 million in 2001 compared to $10.1 million in 2020. 100% of initiation fee revenues are set aside for capital investment. In addition, the remaining operating income of $5.3 million was more than adequate to pay all debt obligations, with cash still available to also fund capital improvements. Capital expenditures were only $6.7 million as the major renovation projects were kicked off in the second half of the year. And as Damon noted, our cash position remains strong, finishing the year with $44.5 million in cash and investments. It should also be noted that more than $30 million is already committed toward completing the Central Distribution Center, the Renegade Range, other golf course improvements to Renegade Golf Course, and of course the Renegade Clubhouse. This significantly higher level of financial success, largely driven by membership sales, is necessary to fund current and future capital. Let's take a minute to summarize membership sales results. The strong membership sales were well ahead of budget and even exceeded the prior year sales. Initiation fee revenues reflect 242 new membership sales and/or membership upgrades, with the vast majority of new members joining as full golf, or 187 new golf members paying the higher and stabilized initiation fee. In addition, we welcomed 25 new members inside the 7 community that also reflect a majority joining as golf. When we rolled out the new membership model, we committed to accepting new members who were buying property inside Desert Mountain. In addition to real estate and membership demand, membership retention is at an all-time high. And since late last year, very few members have resigned from the club. Historically, a club of our size averaged 8 to 10 members desiring to exit the club every month. For the first 5 months of the new membership model, the resignations were in line to this historical trend. But starting in September, we saw a rapid and all of a sudden drop-off in resignation requests. This resulted in greater growth in the ending count than we ever predicted. As such, the real estate demand and a slowdown in resignations caused the golf count to exceed the target of 1950, and we ended the year with 2,015 golfers, which is a net 65 more golfers than we had planned versus the target, and a net increase of 53 year over year. The 7 golf count ended the year at 24, and the lifestyle membership count ended the year at 218. As Damon shared, our team has implemented a number of initiatives that have provided more capacity as we aim to ensure our members can enjoy the club. Let's spend a few more minutes on 2021 results. This next slide provides a summary of revenues by area. As shown on the table, all areas of the club are reporting strong revenue growth. In addition to the initiation fee growth, dues growth of 8% was higher than the annual dues increase of 4%, driven by the increased member count. With clubhouses open all year and guest restrictions lifted, membership utilization was up significantly. We also attribute a large portion of the operational revenue growth to new members who are actively using the club. This revenue growth has been critical to investing in the operations and investing in our facilities. Our long-term capital plan is already significant and on the rise as we explore ways to improve the member experience and add new amenities. A big thank you to the membership for supporting the club. Let's take a minute to comment on expenses. In total, the year-over-year expense increase was 11% due to no COVID closures, annual minimum wage, market and merit increases for payroll, agronomy landscape cleanup, higher seed pricing, increased fertilizer and chemicals, as well as increased operating supplies and addressing more deferred maintenance. In the prior year, the club's operating expenses were unusually lower as we reduced hours worked by the staff during COVID closures, and we held operating supplies and major maintenance expenses lower to offset the operational revenue shortfalls. The majority of the expense increase was due to the implementation of a number of market wage adjustments. As reported in the media, labor rates have risen significantly in the service industry, and with payroll and benefits reflecting 66% of total operating expenses, our club's total expenses are highly sensitive to the market's continuous changes in labor rates. Our staff is our greatest asset, and retention of our team is our highest priority. For the full year, total payroll and benefits of $42.4 million increased $4.7 million year over year and reflects 70% of the overall operating expense increase. Our ability to attract and retain talent is key to enhancing the members' experience, which is a critical component of the club's long-term success. Our team continues to identify efficiencies every year, and over the last 4 years, we implemented and measured annualized savings that now total more than $3 million. The opening of the new purchasing and receiving center will be our next big opportunity to reduce operating expenses without negatively impacting the member or the employee experience. The savings identified and realized that are noted on the slide are in all areas of the club, and we understand that we must find ways to fund the ongoing wage increase, as we cannot solely rely on the annual dues increase to cover these wage challenges. Over the last couple of months, we've been evaluating different scenarios for our long-term financial plan based on our growing capital investment needs. The good news is we have a variety of options to fund future capital investment. This slide summarizes the financial plan estimates for operating income, capital, and ending cash. The major assumptions in the 5-year plan include 2022 budget was approved at $14.2 million in operating income and reflects a more normal year of membership sales. We will use cash over the course of the year as we begin to build the Renegade Clubhouse, and we currently forecast to end this year with $27 million in cash. Going forward, the plan continues to assume a 4% dues increase for golf right now. This dues increase could potentially change based on the inflation impact for operations and capital needs. The plan reflects the recent increase in the initiation fees as well. This initiation fee increase will generate an incremental $2.5 million in revenue for the next 50 golf sales, which is absolutely necessary now that the number of new sales are less than prior months due to the wait list and low resignations. Over the longer term, the plan continues to assume that we welcome 100 new golfers each year to partly offset those members who are exiting the club through a real estate transfer or resignation. I want to highlight that the board and management's current goal is to slowly allow a decline back to 1950 members over time. While the cost estimates for the master plan phase 2 projects, CG Clubhouse and Cochise Golf Course, remain very rough estimates, we have increased our cost assumptions, and this plan assumes some incremental debt to fund the expected cost increases in capital. Capital expenditures over the next 5 years is $120 million and growing. As part of our planning, we are aiming to maintain a minimum cash balance with reserves of $9 million. This will provide both working capital and an emergency fund. We fully expect this plan to evolve over the next few months, and we need to wait for the scope and design to be completed for the master plan phase 2 projects prior to finalizing all of the plan assumptions. We will provide updates as we go throughout the year. In summary, Please know that the management team and the board are focused on making the best decisions for the entire membership to deliver on our financial and strategic plan. We will strike the right balance to ensure that we continue to provide the membership experience that you expect, all while remaining financially sound. Our ability to generate the level of income that we have generated these last couple of years has become necessary to fund the significant capital improvements. We look forward to making progress on our major renovations, continuing to reinvest in the club, and achieving our vision to be the finest private club and community for golf and recreational lifestyle activities in North America. Thank you for supporting the club. I will now turn it back over to the club chairman, Steve Harper.
In addition to reaffirming our vision and working collaboratively with senior management to add another year to the rolling 5-year strategic plan, our board sets annual goals and priorities. The 2022 priorities are on the screen, and our board of director meeting minutes are posted on the club's website for all members to view. On behalf of the entire board and senior management team, we would like to thank everyone who has served on a committee in 2021. Your efforts are vital to our club's governance, and we truly appreciate your time, talents, and participation in this important role. On behalf of our entire board, I want to welcome Athena and John to the board. I look forward to working with both of them. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our current directors who dedicate so much time and expertise to our club. We care deeply about our club and our fellow members, and I assure you that we have the best interest of the club as a whole in every decision that we make. Our board has been fortunate to experience the exceptional leadership of 2 directors who have served our club in a volunteer capacity for the last 6 years. Wayne Mayu has served in many roles and has been a key catalyst in developing our brand, marketing, and PR initiatives with the management team. From his service with chairing the Member Standards Committee, Membership Committee, and Audit Committee, to his extensive expertise in business, our club is indebted to Wayne for his many contributions. At this time, I'd like to call Wayne to the stage to receive the gift of our immense gratitude for your service with our club. Wayne. Thanks to Penny as well. Scott Erdang has also served our club with great distinction. Scott was a chairman of the board for 4 years, and his leadership and partnership with Damon and the management team transformed how we operate today. Scott was a key architect in guiding our board to become a strategic body to allow our CEO and management team to lead day-to-day operations. Scott was also critical to the success of Parcel 19 transaction and was a key contributor in the restructuring our debt from turnover to more favorable terms, and was a key contributor to the new membership model. As our current treasurer and past chairman, the impact of his efforts will leave a lasting mark on our club. At this time, I'd like to call Scott up to the stage to receive a gift as well. Scott. And thanks to Marilyn as well. Thank you for your time and attendance at the 2022 annual meeting. I wish you and your family an enjoyable spring season. Our meeting is officially adjourned, and we will gladly stay after the meeting if anyone has any questions or comments. Have an enjoyable afternoon, and thank you.